Hey guys, what's up, Zags here, and I think you're all as surprised as me looking at this top 10 order. Nico Rosberg on pole from me, Perez, Ricciardo, Hulkenberg, Verne, Maldonado. Then it starts getting weird. Peak, Van der Garde and Chilton. What is happening in qualifying? I haven't really been paying much attention. I've only been doing one lap and I got through to the last result. Last part of qualifying, I should say. And I have no idea how both Caterhams and Chilton got into Q3, but whatever, that's going to be an interesting race. I set up my car for the race, not qualifying, so that should hopefully bring us a bit of luck here. Qualifying, first session was dry, then it was a wet session, then a wet session. So, looking like we have a good chance here. Somebody in the comment section wrote, I think your best chance of getting a win, Alex, is at Monza after the last race in Spa. I was like, I probably can't do that, but recent races I have slowly, or not recent races, in recent, what am I talking about? Whilst driving around Monza, I don't know why I said recent, but whilst driving around Monza I really sort of started to feel it, and I think that I've got a good chance here of maybe not going for a win, but at least another podium would be great here in Monza. We remember Force India generally pretty good at the straight line tracks. We remember obviously their podium in Spa, in Monza, where they got a second on the grid with Sutil. It's going to be very, very fun to see what happens in this Italian Grand Prix. That was a long loading menu. But anyway, the race. Pretty much we need to go first into turn 1. It's not a very high degradation track, so I shouldn't, well, fingers crossed, I shouldn't be doing too badly. But yeah, the run down to turn 1 is essential. 22 cars starting, and I can see this as being a very crazy start, especially as you've got 3 of the back markers thrown into the top 10. This is going to be very, very interesting as being put out onto the grid for the Italian Grand Prix. The engines will be revving on the grid, and I think it'll be an interesting start here. So 3 Mercedes powered cars in the front, three different cars. The rest are down in 14th. Well, that is a crazy lineup of a grid if I've ever saw one. So 22 car start. How many will get to the finish? We don't know until we get down to turn 1, where there'll most likely be some carnage. But away we go. We're going to duck over into the slipstream of Rosberg. Look at the start from Ricciardo. He's probably going to be up into 3rd into turn 1 as he'll break down the inside. Can we make it around the outside of Rosberg? Maybe. I'm sort of a bit tentative there. And Perez up into 3rd position, but Ricciardo got the better straight line speed coming out of the first turns. Yes, Ricciardo was briefly up into 3rd position there, but he's dropped behind Perez up into 3rd position. Now there's going to be carnage in the midfield as the back teams will be really being holding the other guys up. That's what I'm trying to say. And you can see the top 4 have already separated away as we've got 13 laps to decide the winner around Monza. We need to really cling on to the back of Nico Rosberg here, as this is our best chance, and we've thrown it off into the gravel. Oh no, straight away we've done a stupid mistake, and now Perez is in front. Did I hit Hulkenberg when I came back onto the track? I don't know, but it looks like Hulkenberg's not got a front wing anymore, most likely from the accident I just had there, as I went to the gravel and it catapulted me to the other side of the track. Hulkenberg now is causing carnage behind. We've got the slipstream. 1 car's retired already. Thought there would be some retirements, as we're going to dive it down the inside of Perez. No, we're not. We're going to actually just mess up that completely, but we've got the straight line speed, which is exactly what we wanted. Now going down into turn 1, the straight line speed is where we've been lacking in recent races. The straight line is now where we're doing a perfect run, a slingshot round Sergio Perez into the lead. Or not into the lead, what am I talking about? I'm getting too excited here. Into 2nd position here in Monza. That is going to be the place where I lose a lot of time. I'm pretty sure about that. Spinning up the wheels out of those first couple of turns is going to be where, for sure, I lose quite a lot of time. But 13 laps here. I think this is the shortest race of the season. If it runs out in dry conditions, I think this is the shortest race. I've got to cut the chicane a little bit there. Just had to go over the speed bump on the inside. Otherwise, I probably would have just, you know, I probably would have had to completely shortcut it, but at least I kept it on the track just about. But now Rosberg, this is where the part of the track where we should be faster in a straight line. We have been generally very good this weekend. I set up the car for the race, and looks like it is playing out for me. Hopefully I'm not going to be running wide or anything, but as you saw there, made a slight mistake. Now down the two biggest, actually this might not, maybe it's not the biggest straight, but two big straights now. Hopefully we'll gain some tenths on Rosberg here. But we're into a stopping zone at Parabolica, one of the loveliest corners in the whole of Formula 1, especially when you get it right. The top four have completely spread out here. From 5th backwards, there's quite a bit of a queue. Across the line, 2.7 seconds is now the gap, with Sergio Perez will be right behind. I don't think he's going to have DRS because it was lap 2 when it was activated or whatever. And I set the fastest lap of the race apparently, so Rosberg, I sort of caught up on him in that lap apparently. I didn't think I did, but well, that's that. So I've caught up to Rosberg a bit at least, probably not a huge amount, but that was a good lap. I got a good slingshot from Sergio Perez, and now I've got to make a good run through here. The first sector is definitely where I'm making up most of my time, even though I expected it to be the middle sectors where I had the straight line advantage. So 2.2, will we get that advantage in this middle sector? I kind of doubt it. 2.2, it seems to have eked out quite a bit here. And I'm going to use a flashback there because that was a stupid mistake as we go through here. Flashbacks are there for a reason, to help me out when I do stupid things. Only in this first season, remember, as soon as we go into season 2 I'm going to be turning off flashbacks because I know that nobody really wants me to use flashbacks, but I just kept 2 in case I made stupid mistakes like that one back there. Now Perez is quite far behind. I don't think he's actually going to get the DRS. We've messed up that second corner there, I think, every time we've ran through it, so we're going to try and keep on the track next time by. But 21 cars still running. Let's have a look actually who retired. You can see that Chilton's still in 9th position there. He's going to be really holding up quite a few people. Vettel already up to P6. I think was that Gutierrez. Gutierrez is the one that's retired. And quite a few people there into pit. A lot of people, Hulkenberg, Maldonado, Grosjean, Raikkonen, Bottas, all having to pit. And Vettel, the hard charger, from 15th up to 6th. He'll be charging very fast through the field. He'll most likely be on the podium at the end of the day, because I don't think myself or Perez will probably end up on the podium. I think I've probably got a better shot at it than Perez, but still don't think we'll have a great chance here. That lap wasn't too good. 7 tenths lost to the man in front. Rosberg, just this first sector where we gain a huge amount of time. Last time through this first sector it's 2.2. think it's opened up a bit here, but it just seems to be throughout the slow corners. These the professional difficulty of AI aren't too good out the slow corners. So our pit lap is 6. I think we'll probably stick to that actually. There we go, that's much nicer through there. We took quite a lot of apex, that's not the right word. We took quite a lot of corner on the first corner, and that seemed to help us out. Though you got to pretty much straight line as much stuff as possible without cutting. Obviously, I'm trying to make sure I don't cut or extend anything, but I think you'll realise that I'll definitely do it not on purpose, but definitely by mistake throughout this race, especially up here, purple sector through sector 2, so that's a good sign to come. But we haven't got any curves now, but it looks like we've closed in on Rosberg on this lap. Whether the gap will be very similar across the line, it was 3 seconds I think the last time we came across the line, so let's see the gap this time by. I suspect it's actually a bit bigger. The gap seems to extend here. 3.1. We nearly got a faster lap time there, but that last sector, the tyres are going, and out of Parabolica I really am not getting the grip, and you can see there Rosberg's just mere 100th faster. Out of there I'm getting a bit squirrely out the corner, and it's not helping me out. Perez is starting to come under attack, but Rosberg probably isn't going to have me for company. This is probably going to be Rosberg win, and it's going to be great for him as he'll extend his points in the championship. That was a little bit wrong through there. Just went a bit too deep. He won't obviously get the championship or anything in this race, but it should put him up into the championship hunt, especially as so many big contenders messed up qualifying. Raikkonen has done the pit stop and is now charging through the field. I suspect he's got to pit again. We touched the gravel just a little bit back there. That would have lost us probably about a second by the time we end up down this straight. And I think, as this is more or less a straight line, this track, it enables itself to better commentary, because I can, yeah, I'm not thinking about as much. But we'll see what happens to Raikkonen and that lot. Really doubt they're going to make a one-stopper work, especially if you pit before like lap 5. I'd say is probably the earliest you really want to pit. Perez is starting to hold off the guys behind. We'll come in when it tells us, because our tyre deg's been pretty good actually. But Perez this lap will have started to close in on us. Alonso really starting to close in on Perez. Oh, we've lost another car out of the race, down to 20 cars. I'll have a look at that in a second when we get into the straight here. Oh no, I pressed the wrong button actually, but I might as well. I'll use this flashback anyway. And did it say we had 2 flashbacks there? I swear we've already used one. Well, anyway, let's have a look at this race director. I want to keep you guys updated throughout this race. I know it sort of stops the action a bit. Charles Pic has retired from the race after starting P8, so that's unfortunate for him. After a great qualifying effort to beat a huge amount of the big guys. Maybe, I think it might have been that second session actually. I really wish I'd recorded it to see what happened there, but very interesting. Here we go, that's much nicer. Perez dropping back there. Ooh, the grip has really run out here, but we'll try and jump closer to Rosberg through the pit stops, but I kind of doubt we will. If we do, we are extremely lucky here, because, well, let's be honest, we haven't really got the pace of Rosberg. We tried to move around the outside at turn 1, but that wasn't happening. Middle sector there is where I'm losing a lot of my time. The rest are only just crossing the line. So we're actually going to be more under attack from Perez and Alonso. Oh, what? Alonso has just suddenly got past Perez. Is the game glitching or something? I don't know, but Perez suddenly dropped back a lot as everyone's going to be diving into the pit lane. I wonder, just wonder, what is going to be happening here. Who's going to be held up? I think I'm the last crew, so I don't think Rosberg is going to have any troubles as he goes out the pit. We're coming out in second position. Third position. Someone hasn't pitted. Who's that? I'm interested. Massa hasn't pitted, and now we've got Alonso going to be charging very hard behind us. But what we're going to do is we're going to use this fast fuel mixture to our advantage, and let's try and catch Rosberg. If we can't, that doesn't matter. Damn it. Yeah, so yeah, we can't catch him, that doesn't matter, but we'll try our best. So, fast fuel mixture, we've got a lap or so of that. So we've got to really push in this first lap, otherwise we're pretty much out of it. Getting the temperature into these tyres as well isn't going to be easy. But I think we have gained a bit of time actually on Rosberg here. We gained a good second on Rosberg through that. And looks like Rosberg not having the best of times heating up his tyres. But then it's this middle sector where we're just not confident whatsoever, and can many a time dip the wheels into the gravel. But down to 20 cars, 2 cars retiring, Pic and I think it was Gutierrez out of the race, and we've really got to make the most out of this opportunity we have been given by the AI making big mistakes in qualifying. Looking for a big result here in Monza. Can we do it? I don't know. We've got a chance for sure. Whether we can grab this chance due to AI mistake or something greater, we'll see. But Massa, Chilton, was that in P4? What an absolute legend. Max Chilton starting in the top 10 and now really charging hard. And first turn, Rosberg really Ooh, that was a bit of a cut from me. I'm just going to lift off the accelerator a bit there to give up the time that I gained, but we'll use our Kers. Can we go around the outside of Rosberg into the race lead? Whoa! Oh, I'm gonna give the position back because the contact was made, and that was 100% my fault. I honestly didn't realise I went around the outside of Rosberg and just clipped him. And then I know a lot of people will be mad if I just continued on, so giving up the position is the only fair thing to do there. Especially as it was 100% my fault, just misjudging that situation just a little bit, which put Rosberg just in like a 180, and that meant that he lost time. Still got fast fuel mixture, so let's try our best. I gave up the position. Really, the only person that hurt there was me, unless Rosberg comes into the pit, which I hope that he doesn't, because it really would be unfortunate for him. I doubt he will, to be honest. It's only a bit of front wing. No, oh, we did get DRS there. Alonso setting the fastest lap of the race. And why is Rosberg going ever so slowly down into turn 1? I can't tell. Oh no, we made a stupid error. And we'll let Rosberg back through here. Cut off Alonso. That was just complete misjudgment there. Stupid error on my part. It's been a bit of a sloppy race, but it's been very entertaining. I've got round Rosberg into the lead of the race. I really hope that Rosberg didn't have too much damage. I think I saw just a bit of a front wing gone, but I think it really hurt me. But I gave the position up. When I made the mistakes, I give the position up as well. So now we've got a hard charger in terms of Alonso. He's looking up their inside. We didn't have enough speed to out the corner to defend from him there. And Alonso up into the lead of the race. Can we close this? I doubt it. We got a bad run through there, and the slipstream is going to have to work to full effect here to get anywhere near Alonso. He's had such a good car in a straight line. I really don't want to settle for second, but it might be what I have to do here because I just haven't had the speed in the straight line. I sort of thought I did. But the first sector is really where we gain the time, so I suppose we have got quite good straight line speed. We're much better under the brakes there. Ooh. We went over the curve and sort of clipped us onto the inside. But now it's really this corner through here that we've got the pace over Alonso and the rest of the AI. It's where we made that slight contact with Rosberg, but we gave the position up. Can we... We've gone for a move down the inside, we've made it stick, but this is just going to be a recurring theme here. Rosberg's probably actually going to be on the back of us once again after he just worked out the handling issues of that little bit of front wing damage, but there are recurring issues that Alonso will just be fast through this middle sector with the DRS. I'm going to have to pull out a huge amount to defend from him here, and I don't know whether they're going to go around the outside or not, but our straight line speed isn't amazing, and well, we've managed to block him off there, and Rosberg is coming back into the fight, so this could be for our advantage here. Rosberg looking for a manoeuvre around Alonso. It's been a bit of a sloppy race. There's been a bit of accidents. I've cut turn 1, well, I cut turn 1 massively, but I gave up the position to Rosberg because I want to make sure this is as clean as possible in terms of that. But Alonso and Rosberg running side by side through Parabolica. I'm dipping a wheel onto the grass through excitement. Now Alonso with DRS, can he get the position done? He'll be looking down into turn 1. Will there be space? That's the question. I don't think there is time really. The DRS zones a bit later this year, I think. So for him that's a bit unfortunate. But it's really this first sector, and now I'm in front. I can just keep all of my Kers to defend. So it's the first sector where I'm faster, but maybe now they're behind, they could be helping themselves for a slipstream here. Rosberg dropped back again. It's really where Alonso gets caught up in the slow corners when Rosberg really pounces. Will be interesting to see the final result here when any of those back teams actually gets into the points. I hope for their sake that they do. but it's been a bit of a torrid year in terms of that for them. And I've got really sideways out of there. I'll stick to the inside line. We'll use all of our curs to try and defend, running side by side with Fernando Alonso into here. Can we do it? We just about have on the entrance, running a tad wide on the exit. And now Alonso's going to be onto full attack mode again. Can we defend? I guess the inside is going to be the way to go. They always seem to attack on the outside. Into Parabolica, that's not going to be the way to go around. If I just block off the apex, it's pretty hard for them to do that. I'm starting to really form a little bit of a queue here. There's, I think, Sebastian Vettel behind us in a straight line. We'll try and keep it in the middle of the track. We don't want to give Alonso too much room. But Rosberg looking to the outside, and looks like Rosberg's gone on the outside. I've gone down the inside, and Rosberg now is going to have gained a position. And we got Perez coming back into the fight, as well as, I think that's a Toro Rosso. Is that really a Toro Rosso, or is that Vettel? I don't know. But we're going to be not looking at that, because we're in the fight for a great position here for Force India, a win where they've only ever got, I think, a 4th position's their best. Grosjean setting ultra fast lap times whilst he's not stuck up behind me. People that are stuck up behind me are going to be annoyed because they're losing downforce, losing grip. The tyres are degrading even faster. That is if the AI actually do have tyre wear. Through the DRS zone, let's really hope now that Alonso doesn't go for the move here, because if he does, well, Rosberg, I'll tell you, he's the person to go for the move here. And we've made a slight mistake running wide. That's going to put us all over the place through here. Alonso gives us a tap, and look at that. I think someone just lost their front wing there. Alonso was really fast through there, hit the back of me. Oh no, it's all gone terribly wrong for somebody in there. I think it could have been Perez. And now I've put a wheel onto the grass. I've got to get that off my tyres. But Alonso and Massa and all that lot are going to be right on me, because they are so much faster than me. I can't tell you. 1.8 seconds, they're going to be on me before the start of the second sector. So that long straight is going to be fireworks, I'll tell you that. Whether Massa goes for the move on Alonso or not, we'll see. But looks like we've got Rosberg dropping backwards, but the first sector is the one we can really gain on. But it looks like Alonso, oh, it's Vettel, not a Toro Rosso, I apologise. Looks like Vettel is going to be moving into a good position here to help Alonso. Sliding through here, the grip is not here anymore. Alonso is going to be in the DRS zone for the long straight. This is going to be an absolutely crazy finish here. It's been a bit of a sloppy race. I have made sure my total best I haven't got involved in any accidents. I mean, I cut turn 1 to try and make sure I didn't hit anyone off. I was also just carrying way too much speed here. But Alonso with DRS is going to be set up for a great situation through here. It was just here I went in way too deep. Alonso just ran into the back of me and got himself a bit of a problem behind. I'm going to stick to the inside. I'm going to keep my ground on the inside. Will Alonso look for the move on the outside? I don't know whether he's going to try and complete it here. The only place we can lose it now is the traction out of Parabolica. Whether Alonso will do it or not, I don't know, but it looks like Force India are going to grab their first ever win. We're coming across the line. Alonso comes home second, but we grab our win. Just as somebody put in the comment section, we will get our best chance at a win here in Monza, and we've done it. We've got the win, and that has pretty much catapulted us into a great position in the championship. In terms of the slow guys, Chilton finishing right behind Pastor Maldonado, Bianchi and Van de Gaard, Bottas, the rest actually ended up retiring there. But wow, what a fun race that was. Hopefully, I did drive the best I possibly could, and unfortunately from some others there was a bit of accident. But championship separated by 1 point now. I'm up into 5th. I reckon I'll probably drop back down to about 7th by the end of the championship, but whatever, I'm happy. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. I think that was probably one of my best races yet. I made sure I was fair and gave back positions when they need be, but hopefully you enjoyed. It's been Alex, I'm out of here. Goodbye.